It's 9 p.m. in Austin, Texas. All amateur radio traffic, please stand by. The Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net is about to begin. If there is an emergency or priority traffic, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. Well, hope y'all made it through the rain and the hail and the crazy winds and all that kinds of stuff. It blew through here a couple hours ago, but it's been pretty calm ever since. So hopefully you're going to have a good weekend and you missed all the crazy weather. And for those of you who are new and just hanging out on the frequency and don't know what's going on, you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I will be your net control for tonight. I'm transmitting from IQTH in Northwest Austin to the flagship 14732 repeater. Tonight's Trivia Net will be a hybrid net using the N5OAK, KA5D, and W5LCR repeater systems, as well as an online trivia game. We currently have the bingo machine turned on. We'll be shutting that down soon enough. To check into tonight's Trivia Net, all you'll need is a smartphone, a tablet, or any computer with a web browser. I'll give you a few seconds to run to your computer or grab your device before we tell you where to go. And while you're doing that, just a reminder, to see all the frequencies the Friday Night Trivia Net is transmitting on, visit n5oak.org, ka5d.com, or crhrc.org. For our Oak Hill Club members, we have our very own Friday Night Trivia Net channel in the Discord. Swing by and join the conversation. We've already got plenty of stuff going on there. We also have A View to a Kill playing over in the video net. So if you want to watch a little James Bond action, come and join us. We got Scott, KI5OBD, hanging out with the awesome chair. Howdy, howdy, sir. And we got Blake, KI5ZTW, hanging out with us as well. So if you want to come and watch a little View to a Kill action, then get in here and play. Oh, look, we got Cody, KI5YLS, just joined us as well. And now that you have your device open, go hit up the web browser and go to n5oak.org. Click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. If your XYL or kids would like to play along, just sign them in from their device. This also applies to all of you that are studying for your license. If you can hear my voice, you're welcome to play, and we would love to see you in the game tonight. Oh man, looks like the Crossroads folks are right in the eye of the storm right now, so y'all batten down the hatches. Tonight's trivia game will be divided into 4 rounds. Every round contains 10 questions worth 100 points each. Tonight's topics are as follows. Round 1 is 21st century comedies. Round number 2 is all kinds of trivia about Times Square. Round 3, name that video game. And round number 4 is name that album cover. We'll see how you do with those. After each round, we'll have a short intermission to aid in drink refills and take care of all bodily functions. As always, questions, comments, and friendly taunting are welcome because, you know what, it's Friday night and it's the Trivia Net. That's just how this works. At the conclusion of tonight's trivia game, everyone will get sent home in style by our final elimination round. One wrong answer and you will be officially done for the night, so make sure you pace yourself on those adult beverages. With all that said, I'm going to see if anyone has any questions before we get tonight's Trivia Net underway. If you do, please come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard. I'm sitting here reading the Discord, forgetting I actually have to do stuff. We're going to shut down the bingo game. That puts Chris, W5CUY, in the third spot. Let's see who's in second. It is Haywood. Haywood is in the number 2 spot, and our number 1 winner tonight for the bingo is NSFW, not suitable for work. I think that describes the majority of the people playing in tonight's game. All right, we're going to get you moved over into the official Friday night trivia net. We've got 19 people hanging out with us so far. If you want to join, you can do it. All you have to do is head over to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. All right, so we got 20 people hanging out. Everybody's name looks like those over there on the right, which I appreciate that. We're filling in the city names right now, getting everybody all set in and ready to go. And of course, every week we give away amazing door prizes for those of you that check in on time. Tonight's prize, guess what, guys? It's free membership to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Let's spin the wheel and see who the big winners will be tonight. And a big congratulations to all our lucky winners. After the game tonight, head over to n5oak.org and sign up to become a member. We have the welcome team standing by waiting to approve your complimentary membership as well as your request to join the Discord. And for those of you, if you're not on the Discord, the Discord's a fun place. It's where we all talk and hang out when we're not on the repeater. You do not have to be a licensed amateur radio operator to be a part of the Discord. You just need to, if you want to come hang out with a bunch of dorks, come do it. Go to n5oak.org and scroll down to the bottom left. You'll see the Join Discord button. You can join us there. Like I said, we got a view to a kill. We got this ugly dude with a beard and a red shirt in the video, but don't let him scare you away, man. He looks that way because he's got yellow liver spots. All right, for those of you who are new and haven't checked into the Trivia Net before, we're going to run through a practice question real quick to show you how the game works, so don't you worry. This is a good time to start paying attention, though, because this will show you how we're going to play the rest of the night. Questions will be read over the repeater and displayed on your device. Once the question has been read aloud, the answers will appear. All players will have 15 seconds to make a choice, but the longer it takes to choose an answer, the fewer points you will get. Also, remember to choose wisely, as you only get one shot to answer the question.
And spent overtime.
Somebody was overtime. It wasn't me, though. I didn't time out the repeater. Once the timer runs out, though, the correct answer will be revealed, as well as what everyone else thought it was. For those of you that like to keep up with your score, it's the number located at the top left of your screen, and it will always be available during gameplay. Now that everyone understands how the game works, let's see who has checked into the net so far tonight. So we've got 29 people hanging out with us tonight. We've got quite the list. We've got Kent, KI5RBT, who is now a general. Way to go, man. He's out in Pflugerville. We've got Rob, K9LZY, the lazy dog. He's out in Coarse Gold, California. So good to have you out there, man. We have KI5YDV out in Hallettsville. We've got Claude, KI5ZQE in Waterloo. We got Norman, N5ZOT. He just snuck in here. He's in Austin. We got Ashley S. in Beaumont, Texas. We got Cody, KI5 Yellow Liver Spots up in the Fort Hood area. We got Ernesto, KI5PZN in East Austin. We got Dave, KI5STT in Buda, along with Holly, W5LUL. We got Bill, K5TTF in Bay City, Texas. Bill, I think this might be your first time to play trivia, so welcome into the game tonight. We got Carson back, KJ5AAN in Hallettsville as well. There's Laura, KI5OLG in Alvin, Texas. We got John and Diane, KE5RS, hanging out in Leander. We got Steve, KI5HWD in Liberty Hill. We got Bill, W5ITZ in Ganado, Texas, as well as a guest, KG5SXL from El Campo. We got Ken, KI5BGN in Austin. John, KI5ZIE. We've got Gerardo back from Pasadena. Good to see you, man. We got Aaron, AI5HP down in Buda. We got Not Suitable for Work is in Louise, Texas. We got Randy, KJ5AFM in Montgomery, Texas. Chris, W5CUI in Louise. We've got Karen, KI5ZPA. She also swung by the meeting and upgraded her license. She's in Austin. Blake, KI5ZTW in Spicewood. Joe, K5KUA in Jamaica Beach. We got Scott, KI5OBD in Kyle. And Steve, KG5LAA in Burnet, Texas. And as I was talking, we got Jeremiah out in Pasadena. Good to see you, Jeremiah. And Robert, KB5PBM, is in Houston, Texas. That is quite a group of people and quite a spread geographically. So, way to go for us. And thanks to the Crossroads team, honestly, for coming and hanging out with us tonight. So before we get the game started, if anybody has any questions, now's the time to do it. Come with your name and call sign now. Nothing heard, nothing heard. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands on your buzzers. Friday Night Trivia Net will begin in T-minus 10 seconds. Blast off indeed. Round number one with 21st Century Comedies. What Queen song scores the famous Winchester Pub Billiards cue fight scene in Shaun of the Dead? Wow, we're lighting up the video net. We got 10 people hanging out watching videos. This is awesome. All right, so let's see what you think. Another One Bites the Dust, taking the number one spot, followed by Don't Stop Me Now, We Are the Champions, and the Bohemian Rhapsody. So, what was it that fought the fun, cool cue fight in Shaun of the Dead? Don't Stop Me Now. The upbeat 1979 pop jam by Queen complements the scene's comedic violence in the 2004 Shaun of the Dead. What a great movie. Question number two. What fictional drink in Idiocracy bears the slogan, "What plants crave"? I'll give you a hint. It ends in O. Let's see what it is. It does have electrolyte, Sky. I think Sky's seen the movie. We got Brondo coming in first, followed by Swando, Hondo, and Mondo. No, Mondo came before Hondo, but after Swando and before Brondo. The correct answer is Brondo. 40% of you got it. After Brondo became something of a meme from the 2006 movie, it was produced as a real drink. Essentially, it was just Gatorade. Question number three. Who toured in character as Dewey Cox, performing in 33 cities to promote his movie Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story? Y'all think John C. Reilly? Almost half of you. Jack Black coming in second, followed by Jim Carrey and Steve Coogan. The correct answer, Who was Dewey Cox? It was John C. Reilly. He not only toured in character to promote the film, but he also sung every song on the Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story soundtrack. That was probably pretty hard to watch. Question number 4. What pop star's name does Steve Carell invoke in the memorable chest waxing scene from The 40-Year-Old Virgin? Well, we lit up the answers. Kelly Clarkson taking the number 1 spot, followed by Janet Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Chaka Khan. So what did Steve yell when he got his nipple ripped off? It was Kelly Clarkson. Steve Carell waxed his chest for real in the scene and blurted it out when his nipple began to bleed. So that was actually real. Oh man. This might be TMI, but I used to let my sister shave my back. That was kind of like, the little sister duty. And so one time she decided that she wanted to wax my back, and I was like, yeah, why not? And I will never let anybody touch me with wax ever again. It was horrifying. Yeah, pretty much all the memes in the thing. I don't understand how anybody does that downstairs. That just that makes me hurt just thinking about it. Question number 5. What station broadcast class act Ron Burgundy in 2004's Anchorman? Man, I would have been guessing on this one. Looks like y'all were kind of doing the same thing. KWAT, KWAT, taking the number 1 spot. The second one is tied. KVEX or KDAJ. KVWN coming in number 4. So let's see. What was the station that it was? It was KVWN, Kilo Victor Winona November. Ron Burgundy urges his viewers to stay classy, San Diego, on the network affiliate KVWN. All right, well, that was question 5, man. We're zipping through round number 1. Let's see how we're doing on the leaderboard. Looks like the Trivia Robot is in the number 1 spot, followed by Scott, KI5OBD. Way to go, man. We got Chris, W5CUY, in the number 3 spot. Y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, we're going to remind all the good folks you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can come join us. We got 33 people hanging out with us. Come check in. All you got to do is point your smartphone, tablet, or computer to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. That's all we need. And you too can be hanging out with us. Question number 6 is coming up next. And for those of you who are new and have never played, you get to do some fun stuff with your points. So y'all place your bets. We'll see how you do on question number 6. We already got the bitching and the moaning going on in the Discord, so we got a live crew tonight. Let's see how y'all do with question 6. Which of these high schoolers from Superbad is known as McLovin? Well, Cody, your odds are just as good here as they are in Vegas, man. If you don't have anything to lose, you don't have anything to gain. All right, let's see which one of these people y'all thought it was. The green is coming in 55%. We got a tie for the blue and the red, and then nobody picked on the orange. And I think it's kind of funny. I think she should have been red. They should have swapped those colors, because isn't that, what's her name, Firecrotch? But maybe that's just me. All right, let's see. Are y'all right? Is it the dorky-looking kid with the glasses and the green? It is indeed. Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who plays Fogel, a.k.a. McLovin, in 2007 Superbad, says fans still frequently shout out his character's name on the street. All right, so let's see. That was what? 55% of you knew that. What did that do to the score? That put Kent, he's still in the number one. I didn't change the top three at all. Kent got 176 points off of that. Scott got 155, and Chris got 143 points. Way to go. Question number 7. Who received an Oscar nomination for his role as an overly committed method actor, Chris Lazarus, in Tropic Thunder? I lost my pedal. All right, come back to me. Here we go. All right, so 78% going with Robert Downey Jr. Looks like Daniel Day-Lewis is coming in second, followed by Sam Rockwell, and then Michael Shannon. So who was Kirk Lazarus in Tropic Thunder? It was Robert Downey Jr. Question number 8. In which of these 2000 Christopher Guest films does frequent collaborator Eugene Levy not appear? Well, you lit them all up. Let's see. For your consideration is number 1 spot, followed by A Mighty Wind, and then we got a tie for Mascots and Best in Show. So which one was Eugene not in? It was Mascots. He doesn't appear in that one from 2016, but he does appear in 5 other of Christopher Guest's 7 feature films. Well, we got 2 more questions in the 21st century comedies. So far, Sky looks like he is impressed with all this. Sky watches lots of TVs and movies, so it's hard to find something that he doesn't know anything about. Question number 9. What word is just not going to happen? So stop trying to make it happen. In 2004's Mean Girls. I don't remember this. It's been a long time since I've watched Mean Girls, though. So let's see. Fetch. Looks like Fetch isn't going to make it. Tie for Sketch and Clutch and Sitch coming in number 4. So what word's not going to happen in Mean Girls? Y'all know it. It was Fetch. Fetch was just not going to make it happen. All right. She doesn't even go here. Question number 10, and the end. What band didn't want to license their music for School of Rock until Jack Black recorded a heartfelt plea with thousands of extras? AC/DC taking the number 1 spot, followed by Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, and Pink Floyd. The correct answer, funny enough, Led Zeppelin. Jack Black was adamant about using Led Zeppelin's immigrant song in 2003's School of Rock. and it was the only thing that changed Robert Plant's mind was a video of Black performing for 1,000 extras, mostly kids, and that what won him over. Well, let's see how we did in round number 1. We're going to add up the scores and see our third place winner is Kent. Oh my goodness, KI5 RBT is in the number 3 spot. What's going on with that? We got Chris, W5CUI, in the number 2 spot. And coming in first place, it's Aaron, AI5HP. What in the world, man? Well, let's go talk to Aaron, AI5HP, and see. He missed, what, 3 of them. Looks like you're a comedy classic fan, man.
AI5HP here. What can I say? I'm a funny guy. No, man, I came off to a rough start, especially with Shaun of the Dead. But it seemed like after the 5th or 6th question, I think I just started getting them all. So, hey, I'll take it, man. AI5HP back to net control.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Get it while you can, because you never know. The next one, might be awful. Well, congrats, dude. And you are funny, and to go along with that, you are funny looking. So you're quite the package. What can I say? Second place is Chris, W5CUI. Chris only missed 2. Which one's got you, man?
Well, hey, Rusty. It was the last one. We got the last one wrong. I'm not a huge Jack Black fan, and the second one, we missed that one too. But we're just a little slow on the mouse over here, drinking and driving the mouse, I guess. W5CUY.
Yeah, man, you can drink and drive the mouse all that you want, especially with the crazy weather outside. Stay inside. Well, let's go talk to Kent, KI5 RBT. He was in the number 1 spot. Like, what happened, Kent? What happened, man?
I went on a roll and I missed 3 in a row at the very end, so I should have been paying more attention to what I was doing. Instead, I was trying to start up some videos on the other monitor, and it's just like, I guess I ADD'd myself and self-distracted, so that's what it is. KI5 RBT, back to net.
Roger, man. Well, there's the standings for round number 1. We're going to take a quick intermission so everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from a smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. If you don't have a call sign, that's totally fine too. Just tell us your name, and as long as we know who we're talking to, that's really all that we care about. So we have got you moved into our first intermission. We're going to fire this up, and we will see you right back here for round number 2. Well, there we go. We're done with the first intermission. Let's welcome the new players to the game. We got Philip, AC5G in East Austin, and David, K7TVA. They joined us, ready for round number 2. We got 35 people hanging out with us, playing trivia, and you can totally come join us. We are going to get you, oh, that would have been a bad thing. We got to get y'all over into round number 2, not round number 2 intermission. That would make the game even shorter. All right, so let's get y'all moved over into round number 2. There we go. All right. So round number 2 is all about Times Square trivia. Times Square trivia. So Sky, let's see how you do. You don't have to know TV, radio, nothing. It's all about Times Square, man. We'll see how you do. We're going to let all the repeaters take a quick breath, and when we come back, we will be ready for question number 1. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Remember, it's all about Times Square. What New York City newspaper is the namesake of Times Square? This one ought to be pretty easy. Well, look at that. 100% went with New York Times. So either all y'all are wrong or everybody got it. Let's see. Y'all got it. Congratulations. Question number 2. What renowned New York City thoroughfare intersects with 7th Avenue to create Times Square? Well, let's see. Broadway, 42%. We got a tie for Wall Street, Park Avenue. Canal Street coming in 4th. So, what intersects with 7th Avenue to create Times Square? The correct answer is Broadway. Broadway meets the 7th Avenue to form Times Square, which encompasses plaza between 42nd and 47th Street. Question number 3. Which New York City mayor first enacted a development plan to clean up Times Square after its decline in the 1960s and 70s? Well, Ed seems to be y'all's pick. Let's see. Was it Ed Johnson? It was. Haha. During the mid-20th century, Times Square fell into disrepair, riddled with major crime issues, and also some seedy peep shows and all kinds of other crazy things. I'm sure Cody knows more about that than anybody, but we'll just leave it at that. He's making eyes at linebackers for Dallas, so we'll leave it at that. Way to go. Thanks for making that happen there, Cody. All right, Dallas sucks. Question number 4. This billionaire drove a military tank through Times Square to introduce Virgin Cola to the United States in 1994. Dallas Cowboys suck. So I'm getting thumbs up from Cody. Apparently he thinks the Cowboys suck as well, man. You shouldn't turn on your team like that. That's not okay. That's how most of those Cowboy fans are. So y'all think Richard Branson was the billionaire driving the tank through Times Square. Michael Bloomberg coming in second, followed by Bill Gates and then Warren Buffett. Wow, one person with the Warren Buffett. That's fun. All right, so let's see. Was it Richard? It was. It was Richard Branson. He was the CEO of, I don't even remember Virgin Cola. That was, I don't know where I was. What was that, 1994? I was a junior in high school. Back in the day. All right. Question number 5, and the halfway point to our Times Square trivia. What pizza chain erected a Times Square billboard in 2011 to display real-time comments from their customer? Let's see who you picked. Domino's coming in number 1, followed by Papa John's, Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars. Like Little Caesars could afford Times Square billboard times. All right, so let's see. Are y'all right? Was it Domino's? It was. In 2011, Domino's put up a billboard in Times Square to call good, bad, and negative comments from their web-based pizza tracker. Domino's, man, it's the only company whose slogan was, yeah, we suck, but, we're getting better. We've only been around for 40-something years. Well, that was question number 5, so let's kick up the scoreboard and see. We got Ashley in the number 1 spot. Way to go, man. We got Claude, KI5ZQE in the number 2 spot, and David, K7TVA in the number 3 spot. All right. Y'all check out your scores, and while you're doing that, we're going to remind everybody you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into tonight's Trivia Net at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your name, or just your name if you're still studying, or if you're just listening out there and you want to play along, just tell us your name. We got 35 people hanging out with us. We got question number 6 up next, and that means it is time to place your bets. Here we go. What cigarette company owned a famous Times Square billboard that blew actual smoke? Who was it? Y'all went with exactly what I was going to say, Marlboro. That was the number 1 answer, followed by Camel, and then Lucky Strike, and Benson and Hedges. So who had a Times Square billboard that actually blew smoke? The correct answer is Camel. I would have been wrong. I smoked Camel for a long time, but Marlboro was not as surprising, right? From 1941 to 1966, the iconic Camel billboard blew real smoke across Times Square. Ironic, since now it's a no-smoking zone. I wonder if it was responsible for secondhand smoke as well, or if it was just the smokers. We'll never know. All right, so let's see. 30% of you got that right. How did that affect the score? David, K7TVA, is in the number 1 spot. Look at that. He got 362 points. Way to go, man. Claude, KI5ZQE, in the number 2 spot. He got 184 points. And Philip, AC5G, got 247 points on that one, bumping him up to number 3. Yeah, buddy, man. Once you're a smoker, you remember all these dumb things. Congratulations on that, gents. All right, question number 7. What 2000s movie famously shut down Times Square to film a pivotal scene during production? Let's see. I Am Legend. taking the number 1 spot, followed by Godzilla, Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, and then Vanilla Sky. Oh, you silly people with Vanilla Sky. All right, so which movie was it that shut down Times Square? It was Vanilla Sky. And I think this is really interesting because Sky knew the answer to this, Mr. I don't watch TV or movies. Maybe it's because his name is in the thing. I don't know. But Cameron Crowe's Vanilla Sky shut down Times Square for 3 hours. 3 hours to get a 30-second shot. So they shut it down for 3 hours to get 30 seconds, and the total cost was $1 million. I feel like Austin Powers or Dr. Evil. $1 million. Question number 8. In what year was Times Square transformed into a predominantly pedestrian plaza? Can't read tonight. So I guess I need to go back to New York because the last time I was there, it was just streets and people and cars and everything. So I had no idea this was even a thing. But let's see what y'all think. 53% of you go in with 1996 was when it changed to the pedestrian plaza. We got a tie for 2001 and 2009. And then 2015 coming in number 4. So when did they change Times Square? I'm very curious about this. It was in 2009. Due to the pedestrian-rich nature of the area, Michael Bloomberg remapped traffic through Times Square in 2009 and made the plaza a permanent fixture in 2010. Interesting. All right. So what is that? 16,000. Oh, hey, check it out. Scott did some math. Watch out. $16,666.67 per frame at 60 frames per second. That's some expensive frames per second. Question number 9. From 1872 to 1904, Times Square was known as this. I probably would have got this one wrong. Y'all seem to think Amsterdam Square is the correct answer. Holland Square coming in second, followed by Longacre Square, and then Witherby Square. So let's see, from 1872 to 1904, what do they call Times Square? Longacre Square. Interesting. For over 40 years, the area now known as Times Square was called Longacre Square as it was the center of the carriage industry, just like Longacre in England. All right, well, we got one question left. We'll see how round number 2 shapes up. What crystal company has supplied the glass panels for the outside of Times Square New Year's Eve bulb since 2020? All right, well, I think the key here was since 2020, and I would have got this one absolutely wrong because I would have just, whizzed right past that one. Let's see, Tiffany taking the number 1 answer, Waterford coming in second, followed by Swarovski. Nobody picked Baccarat. Right, Baccarat at you. So let's see, in 2020, Waterford is the correct answer. Only 33% of you know that. Irish crystal manufacturer Waterford has supplied the crystal panels for the ball since 2020, each year featuring a different theme, with 2023's being the gift of love. All right, so the Swarovski was the one that did it forever, and I guess they did it before 2020. That's where I would have gone. I would have been with you other 27% of you losers that got it wrong. All right, so that's it. We're done with round number 2. Let's add up the score and see who is in the number 3 spot. It is Philip, AC5G, with 494 points. Coming in second, we got Claude, KI5ZQE, with 617 points. And number 1, David, K7TVA, with 724 points. Way to go. Let's go talk to David, K7TVA. He is number 1. He only got half of these right, but he's still number 1 regardless. So congratulations, man. Good to see you back here playing trivia.
Big to win big, because I don't think I got anything right after I doubled my points in that bonus round. K7TVA.
Man, that's what happens. You start talking a bunch of trash in the Discord, and your game just goes south. Not that you were talking trash, but you know that's just kind of how that works. You start getting a feel for it, and then in the pooper it goes. All right, well let's go talk to Claude, KI5ZQE. Claude got 6 out of 10 right with 617 points. Claude, which ones did you miss, man?
Hey, Rusty. Yeah, I don't know. The mayor that cleaned up. I know Giuliani did that, but Ed Cox was a little bit before my time. Let's see, the movie one that shut down. I chose Godzilla, and then the pedestrian plaza. No clue. And then I was fooled by the Amsterdam Square. I chose Amsterdam, but I knew it was too easy. So a lot of guesses. Fun round. Thanks.
Right on, man. Well, hey, that's as long as you push the right buttons, it doesn't matter if you knew it or not. Number 3 is Philip, AC5G, and he is receive only tonight. He said he's guessing everything except the smoking billboards. Philip is a smoker, and if I think he smokes Camels. Could be wrong at that, but that would be perfect. All right, well, there we have it. There's all of the top 3. Let's add up all the scores and see how we're doing for the Friday Night TriviaNet as a whole. It looks like Robert, KB5PBM, is in the number 3 spot with 901 points. We've got Claude, KI5ZQE, in the number 2 spot with 940 points. And coming in number 1, Aaron, AI5HP with 1,023, man. Look at that. All right. That's where we're standing for... Oh, we got Robert. I don't know if I don't think that said that right. All right. Well, hey. All right. Let's take a quick intermission so that y'all can do your thing. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's TriviaNet at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name, or just your first name if you're still studying, trying to figure out what all this ham radio stuff is all about. We're going to fire up round 2 intermission, and the first question is, who's your favorite Thursday Night Net controller? Make sure you answer that one. You can go pee after that, but answer the first question. We'll be right back for round number 3. Well, that's going to do it for the second intermission. As far as the Thursday Night Net Controller, man, Ernesto is just kicking it. We got 46% of the vote, Ernesto. Way to go, man. Ray, K5BZI coming in second, followed by Rick, Jeffrey, and Garrett. So congrats to everybody for making that happen. Let's get everybody moved over into round number 3. Round number 3 coming in. Round number 3 is Name That Video Game. Just in time to make this one. So we will see how you do. It's got a whole bunch of different video games in there, so don't be worried if you don't know the new ones. The old ones are peppered in there as well. So let's get started with round number 3 and question number 1. What rebooted Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade beat 'em up kicked up its way into the home console in 2022? Alright, we lit up all the buttons. Shredder's Revenge coming in first place, followed by The Return to Dimension X. And then The Ninja Wave and Splinter's Quest. So let's see. I'm going to have to go check this out. I played a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade games. So let's see. What was it? Check it out. You're right. Shredder's Revenge. So the Shredder's Revenge reunited the voice cast of the famous 1990s cartoon to reprise their roles for the game. So I'm going to have to go figure out how to play this because got to bring back some fun. Question number 2. What is the subtitle of the original Capcom smash hit fighting game, Street Fighter II? Alright, we're all taking odds as to whether Cody's going to fall out of his chair or not. That's anybody's guess. So let's see what we got. 47% Fight for Your Life, followed by the World Warrior, King of the Fighters, and the Kumite Tournament. Alright, so let's see if you're right. Was it the Fight for Your Life? No, it was the World Warrior. The full title of Capcom's game that launched one of the most popular franchises in the history of the world, Street Fighter II, The World Warrior, came out in 1991. Question number 3. What classic rock band appears in this arcade game, the first ever video game to license the likeness of a musical act? Alright, Cody, so I just saw something. The Subway commercials are on. And you know what? It looks like Subway figured out something that the Cowboys finally figured out. Old, what's his name, Romo, is better at sitting on his butt talking on TV than he is at playing football. He's definitely probably made more money on that. Oh, Cody loves me. Alright, let's see what we got. Journey. 47% of you think Journey had a video game. Foreigner coming in second, followed by Boston and then Kansas. So who was it? I've never seen this game, but it was Journey. 1983's Journey featured digitized photos of band members and played their music from a cassette deck inside the arcade cabinet. So it was actual music. Too fun. Question number 4. What lost city is Nathan Drake searching for in his first outing, Uncharted: Drake's Fortune? Wow, 74% said El Dorado. We got a tie for Atlantis, Shangri-La, Camelot. Really? Nobody thinks that he's searching for Camelot? Come on now. Let's see, 74% with El Dorado. I still think, Nathan Drake singing, If Ever I Would Leave You. I mean, I think he could do some Robert Gouye, right? I mean, come on. Question number 5. Which Konami game first allowed the use of the company's infamous cheat code? Look at that. Y'all are going for Contra, 42%. Followed by Metal Gear, Double Dribble, and then Gradius. So let's see which one it was. Gradius. Only 4 people knew that. While it was popular and popularized as the Contra code, or the 30 Lives code, the famed Konami code first appeared in their 1985 shooter, Gradius. All right, well, look at that. We are halfway through. We're going to put the scores up and see who's doing what. We got Aaron, AI5HP, in the number 1 spot. Ernesto, check it out. Ernesto, KI5PZN in the number 2 spot. And Holly, W5LUL in the number 3 spot. Y'all check out your scores. And while you're doing that, we're going to remind everybody that you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Our call sign is N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5VBS, and I am your net control for tonight. You can come join us. We're in round 3. We got half of round 3 left. We got a whole nother round after that. So if you want to come play, you can do it from your smartphone, tablet, or your computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your first name. We got question number 6 coming up, and you know what that means. It's time to place your bets. Oh, the bitchin' and moaning is awesome. All right, which of these titular characters is in the Duke Nukem franchise? This is a picture one. So who is it? See if y'all can find Duke Nukem. All of these guys have gigantic necks. That's ridiculous. All right, so let's see. Y'all are going big time with the big cartoony dude with the flat top, and that is the correct answer. Duke Nukem is right there, man, in all of his glory. Well, let's see. 84% of you got that, so let's see what that does to the scores. Holly, W5LUL, is in the number 1 spot. She got 257 points off of that one. Aaron, AI5HP, is in the number 2 spot. He got 153 points. And Norman, N5ZOT, is in the number 3 spot. He got 213 points just off of that question. So congrats to the top 3 on that. Let's see how we do in question number 7. Which entry in the Gran Turismo series of racing games featured a scratch and sniff disc that smelled like tires? I love it. Scratch and sniff disc smells like tires. All right, y'all seem to think it was Gran Turismo Sport had the scratch and sniff disc. Gran Turismo 2 and Gran Turismo 3 tied for 2nd and 3rd, and Gran Turismo 7 coming in number 4. So let's see, who had the scratch and sniff disc? It was Gran Turismo 2. Only 6 of you got that one. It's one of 2 PlayStation games released with a scratch and sniff disc. The other being FIFA 2001. Oh, okay, it smelled like grass. I was going to say, I don't know that I want to, it just smelled like, butthole and sweat. All right, question number 8. What type of creature is the shooter supposed to be in the arcade classic Centipede? I never knew this, so this is a fun one. We need a Leisure Suit Larry round. My buddy John and I played those, and Space Quest, and all the fun old Sierra Online games. So maybe I'll go look and see, do a little research. We do a little Sierra. Yeah, that's a fun one. All right, so y'all got no clue, really. The Garter State coming in first. A tie between the Garden Gnome and the Cockroach, and then the English Starling coming in fourth. So what is that little thing that shoots the Centipede? It is the Garden Gnome. There it is. According to the game's narrative and manual, the shooter is a Garden Gnome tasked with killing bugs in a house's backyard. So that's supposed to be the backyard, and the Garden Gnome is protecting everybody from all the evil. Question number 9. What now defunct studio developed pioneering real-time strategy game Command and Conquer? All right, well, this is kind of fun. So it looks like Kent still plays Command & Conquer. Joey, KI5DDO, used to work with one of the developers. We're going to have to go talk to Joey after this, see if we can't hear a little something. Westwood Studios is what y'all are thinking, followed by Maxis, and then Ensemble, and then Pandemic. So let's see, what was it? It was Westwood. Westwood Studios is known for their very fun strategy games, including the extremely popular Command & Conquer series, first released in 1995. So let's go talk to Joey, KI5DDO, and see. Joey used to work with one of the developers. Any fun stories, or is that it?
Next control from KI5DDO coming through Echo Link, so hopefully it's coming through. I didn't know the guy worked for, had worked on the game, and when I worked with him, we were working on something non-game related, and the only way I found out about this was on his way out. I was like, oh, where are you going to go work? He goes, well, I'm going to go work for one of these big software game developers out in California. And then that's when he revealed to me he worked on this. And I said, I was playing this game all my childhood. So that was pretty cool. All right, I'll throw back to Net Control to KI5DDO.
Very cool, man. Yeah, you came through just fine over Echo Link. No worries. And very fun. It's always fun to kind of bump into people from your childhood, and some people, they don't even care, but those childhood memories, man, they form very strong bonds in the brain. All right, well, here is our last question for Name That Video Game. Let's see how you do. We'll wrap up this round. What gaming engine was first employed in LucasArts adventure games like Secret of Monkey Island and Full Throttle? I love it. Let's see what y'all think. We got a tie between Spit and Scum. Big surprise. Rash coming in third, and Gross coming in number 4. So what gaming engine was first employed in the LucasArts adventure game series? It was Scum, and these are acronyms. Scum stood for Script Creation Utility for Maniac Mansion, which was the first game in which it was used. Good old Maniac Mansion. All right, well, we have wrapped up round number 3. Let's add up the scores and see We have got Norman, N5ZOT, coming in number 3 place with 504 points. We got Holly, W5LUL, coming in second place with 583 points. And coming in first place is Aaron, AI5HP. He's totally a cheater, so it doesn't count. Let's go talk to Aaron, AI5HP. You missed 2, man. Which one's got you?
Yeah, 5HP here. Yeah, man, the Konami one, that one got me right. It was Gradius. I thought it for sure. It was, both Matt and I thought it was Contra. The other one I missed was the Gran Turismo one. That was KI5 VND also. Matt thought that he knew it was either Sport or Turismo 2, and so I went with Sport. But yeah, that was it. The rest, there were a lot of guesses there. Yeah, 5HP, back to Rusty.
Right on, man. Well, glad both of y'all got through that one and made it happen. Holly, W5LUL, is in the number 2 spot. She got 7 out of 10, right? Holly, which one's got you?
Hey, Rusty. Let's see. The Gran Turismo one, the Centipede shooter, and the last one, the LucasArts adventure game. But my secret this round is, when in doubt, go with B. W5LUL, back to Nick.
When in doubt, go with Bravo. Well, there you have it. Coming in number 3 is Norman, N5ZOT. Norman, are you a big video game fan?
Well, I thought I was, and then I saw all of these questions. I think I looked my way through. I don't think I actually knew any of these. I think I guessed at all of these, and I feel I should have known most of them.
Yeah, I was really surprised. We went with the brand new games, and then we went all the way back to LucasArts, and so I think maybe there should be some old DOS game fun in our future. So I'll see if we can't make that happen. Well, all right, there's your top 3 in round number 3. We'll let's add up all the rounds and see. We got David, K7TVA, coming in 3rd in the overall round tonight, 1,211 points. We got Claude, KI5ZQE, in 2nd place with 1,381 points. And Aaron, AI5HP, is in the number 1 spot with 1,624 points. Way to go. We're going to take a quick intermission so everybody can take care of business. During the intermission, you'll see questions on your screen to pass the time. Voting is optional, but always appreciated. Just a reminder, you can check into tonight's trivia at any time during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. Once you're there, scroll down and click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your name, or just your name if you're still trying to figure out what all's going on with the ham radio business. So let's get everybody moved over into our 3rd intermission. Like I said, answer these. We'll be right back for round number 4. Oh man, who remembers Burger Time? All right, Karin, you need to go to Cidercade because they have Burger Time there. They also have the one where you fill up the beer and it's actually sponsored by Budweiser. We need to make another trip to Cidercade. That's the club usually goes there about once a quarter, but we've got all kinds. So it's called Cidercade, and it is downtown Austin on Riverside. Cidercade, Cidercade. It is the coolest place in the whole world. It is $10 to walk through the door, and then they've got like 200 arcade games, and they are all set to free play. So you don't have to pay for anything else besides the cider, and they do have cider, which I think is terrible. So don't talk to me about their cider. I think it sucks. Their pizza is really good, though. I will give them that. They got pizza and wings. So we'll hook up another Cidercade run, and yeah, we can go play. Yeah, no beer. There's no beer. It's just crappy cider. Who would have thunk? I learned that when I went to the bar, and I wanted bourbon, and they had just kind of looked at me like, what's that? And they're like, no, dude, this is Cidercade. We have cider. And I'm like, well, yeah, but I go to a restaurant, and I can still get a real drink. So anyway, enough about that. Cidercade is a whole lot of fun. Yes, it's in the old Joe's Crab Shack. Sweet, everybody knows where it is, and it's full of free plates. So we got to go make that happen. We'll add that up into the club social calendar. We'll get everybody out to Cidercade. So let's go to round number 4. Round number 4 is name that album cover. Probably going to get lots of whining and complaining over there if I had to guess. We'll see. Oh, who picked these bands? Oh, that's not a real video. Blah, 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 blah. And we'll start it out with, one that I don't think is a real singer or a real video. But you're going to have to wait for question number 1. Ooh, the Magic Time Machine. Yep, went to there. That's still open in Addison. And the people that own gyms own the Magic Time Machine. I don't know if y'all know that little stupid fact. But, gyms owns the Magic Time Machine. And I forget what version of chili they put out there, but it looks horrifying. All right, enough about this. Let's get into round number 4. Name that album cover. Here's question number 1. Pop singer Harry Styles won the 2023 Grammy Award for Album of the Year with Harry's blank. Yeah, see, this is when I missed Jeff on the Late Show with Craig Ferguson because he would just say balls, and it was great. All right, let's see where y'all are headed. Exactly, Harry who? So Harry's house, Harry's room, Harry's life, or Harry's world. It's not Harry's balls because they're not in the photo anywhere. I promise. The correct answer is Harry's house. Harry's House is the 3rd studio album by Harry Styles, who won the Album of the Year at 2023 Grammys for this thing they call music these days. Back in my day, question number 2, what is the title of this 2000 debut album from Coldplay? Yeah, see, even the repeaters are throwing up a little. They don't even want to talk about it. So I don't blame you, repeaters. Nobody wants to talk about Harry Styles. All right, so let's see what y'all think. Parachutes coming in number 1, followed by Music of the Spheres, A Rush of Blood to the Head, and then X and Y. So what is the title of this 2000 debut album from Coldplay? The correct answer is indeed Parachutes. British rock band Coldplay debut album Parachutes hit the airwaves in July of 2000 and included the hits Yellow and Trouble. Question number 3. What word is missing from the cover of this 2004 record by Green Day? %, said idiot. 15% tied with dream and heart. 8% said soldier. So what word is missing from the cover of this 2004 record by Green Day? It is indeed idiot. The Broadway rock musical American Idiot is based on Green Day's album of the same name. Question number 4. Whose 1994 debut album sports this iconic baby picture on its cover? Well, y'all think Snoop Dogg is the one on there. Let's see. We got a tie for Puff Daddy and Tupac, and then we got the Notorious B.I.G. coming in last. So let's see. Who is it? It's the one nobody picked. It was the Notorious B.I.G. Question number 5, and halfway through round number 4. What country singer teamed up with Led Zeppelin's Robert Plant on the Grammy Award-winning Raising Sand? Alison Krauss coming in number 1. We got a tie for Faith Hill and Trisha Yearwood, and Leanne Rimes coming in number 4. So let's see, who was it? It was Alison Krauss. Seemingly mismatched rocker Robert Plant and country bluegrass singer Alison Krauss won the 2009 Grammy for Album of the Year with Raising Sand. Well, let's see. That was question number 5. So let's throw the scores up and see. We got Claude, KI5ZQE in the number 1 spot. Way to go, man. Only missed 1. Blake, KI5ZTW in the number 2 spot. He only missed 2. And Aaron, AI5HP hanging on in the number 3 spot by 1 point, man. There's 1 point between the second and third place. So we'll see how you do. Y'all check out your scores. See what you're doing over there. And while you're doing that, we're going to remind everybody one last time you're listening to the Friday Night Trivia Net brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign N5OAK. My name is Rusty, WZ5BBS. I'm your net control for tonight. You can check into the Night's Trivia Net anytime during the game from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. All you have to do is point your web browser to n5oak.org and click on the Trivia Net tab. Once you're there, scroll down, click on the big green button to check in. There's no software to install or accounts to create. All we need is your call sign and your name. We've got 35 people hanging out. It is question number 6 on round number 4, and it is time to place your bets. Which of these prog rock masterpieces from Yes is 1971's Fragile? These are going to be pictures. Real quick, Sky, you got points. You did pick correctly, and you got 49 points on that according to the screen over here. So you did not get robbed on that one, at least yet. So, which of these prog rock masterpieces from Yes is 1971's Fragile? Let's see. They're all pretty trippy, not gonna lie. We lit up all of them. Y'all are going primarily for the red. We got a tie for blue and yellow, green coming in number 4. So the correct answer, which one of these is Yes's 1971's Fragile album cover? It is the red. 40% of you got that right. English artist Roger Dean designed the Yes logo for the band, as well as many of their album covers, including 1971's Fragile featuring Roundabout. So, let's see, 40% got that right. What did that do to the old scoreboard? That put Claude KI5ZQE, he's still in the number 1 spot with 626 points. John and Diane bumped up to the second spot with 502 points. They got 251 points just off of that one. And Kent, KI5RBT in the number 3 spot. Way to go, man. He got 250 points off of that one alone. Question number 7 is next. Let's see how y'all do. Whose country debut shines with this stained glass inspired album cover? Well, let's see what you picked. Luke Combs coming in number 1. Chris Stapleton coming in second, followed by Dirk Bentley and Jason Aldean. So whose country album had this on it? It was Luke Combs. Over half of you got it right. Way to go. Question number 8. Whose debut album originally featured a peel-off sticker with a flesh-colored banana underneath? Let's see what you think. 46% said the Velvet Underground and Nico. We got the Dandy Warhols coming in second, followed by Adam and the Ants, and then Ultravox. So whose debut album had the peel-off sticker with the banana on it? It was indeed the Velvet Underground and Nico. The 1967 debut was recorded during a multimedia tour event organized by pop artist Andy Warhol, who also designed the album's legendary cover. All right. Question number 9. Which of these album covers was designed by English street artist Banksy? Number 1 answer on the board is The New Normal from The Strokes. We got a tie between Think Tank from Blur and Without You by David Bowie. And then coming in number 4 is I'm With You from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So which of these covers was done by the English street artist Banksy? You'd think, I'd be with y'all with The New Normal. It looks kind of streetish, but it's really C. Think Tank Blur. That's it. That doesn't look, I think they put that one in there just to throw y'all. Question number 10, and the end of this round. What gothic rock band used this radio wave artwork for the cover of this 1979 album, Unknown Pleasures? I did this for y'all since it had radio wave in the question. Almost half, just shy. 48% said Joy Division. We've got The Cure coming in second place, then The Damned, and then Killing Joke. So what gothic rock band used this radio wave artwork for the cover of their 1979 album? The correct answer is Joy Division. Joy Division's frontman Ian Curtis, who suffered from epilepsy and depression, took his own life the year after Unknown Pleasures was released in 1979. Prior to this, all the group's members had decided they would change the band name if any member ever left, and because of that, they reformed as New Order. So there we have it with round number 4. Let's see what the scores tell us. Coming in third place is Kent, KI5 RBT with 787 points. Coming in second is Tony, KJ5 AGH. Look at Tony sneaking up there with 795 points. And Claude, KI5ZQE in the number 1 spot with 825 points. Congratulations. Let's go talk to Claude, KI5ZQE, and see. Claude, you only missed 2, man. Which one's got you?
No, it had to do with bananas and Harry Styles, so I think there's a commonality there. Boas and stuff like that. Feathers. Yeah.
Hey, man, you know, those are 2 good ones to miss, for sure. So, all right. Well, let's go talk to Tony, KJ5AGH. Tony, you same thing, man. You missed 2. Which one's got you?
I missed the Baby cover and the country music singer teaming up with Robert Plant. I didn't know those, but it's a lot of guesses. Plus, I bet it all on 6, which is always a good way to go, and that's how it went.
Yeah, man, you bet it all, and it either does wonderful things or it puts you in the bottom. It's kind of the way it works. Well, let's go talk to Kent, KI5 RBT, our very own trivia robot. He also missed 2 with 787 points. Kent, man, which one's got you?
The Harry Styles question and the album cover with a baby on it. Completely wild guesses on both of those. I'm pretty good in this round now. I'm extraordinarily jealous that OBD got to meet Rick Wakeman. He's an absolute fantastic pianist and keyboard player. Back to that, KI5 RBT.
Scott did what with his pianist? What? Scott, do you have anything to add on your story from hanging out with Rick? Anything you want to add there?
Sure. Hey, Rusty. Hey, everybody. We had this. Me and my friends. We used to have this thing. We would. There were 2 hotels in Houston where the rock stars would hang out after they played at the Coliseum or later on the Summit. It was the White Hall and the Hilton, I think. But the White Hall. So yeah, I met Journey there. We met Tom Petty there. But we went over there after a Yes show one night and snuck into the bar, and Rick Wakeman was so cool. Me and a couple of guys were in there, and we approached his table and told him, we had just come from the show and how much we enjoyed it, and he autographed our ticket stubs, and then got up from the table and walked over to the grand piano and began to play, and we were, our jaws were on the floor. We were just flabbergasted, and that's my story. KI5 OBD, back to net.
Right on, man. That's a great story for sure. It's always fun when you meet you run into people like that, and they're not actually dicks. So it's always good. That's why I'm very worried about meeting the people that I love, and think, because it's a short list, and so it would go down in flames quickly. Well, all right. Well, there it is. We've got Friday Night Trivia Net in the books. Now we just have to see who won the Friday Night Trivia Net. And before we do that, I got to send a shout out to Bill, W5ITZ, and all the people that came out to the meeting last Saturday. The meeting was great, even though K5TR had some stuff come up and we didn't get a presentation. We still had a fun time hanging out with all y'all and shooting the fat. And then after that, we did our first ever testing session, and Bill, W5ITZ, was instrumental in pointing us to the most awesome, amazing, wonderful setup ever known to man. So thank you, Bill, for making that happen. We had 9 people pass. Only one person's got to come back and test again. We're going to start doing more in-person testings. We've got one next month and the month after that. So y'all, if you're looking to upgrade, Scott upgraded to Extra, Kent upgraded to General. I'm right off the top of my head, I'm blanking on who else was there. Doug graduated up to General as well. We haven't seen Trina on the TriviaNet in a while, but so Doug was there. But it's such a great time. So thank you, Bill, for helping us make that happen. All right. I think that's all the flowers for tonight. Let's add up the scores and let's see what we got. Oh, Ernesto just said Karin. That's right, Karin, you were there as well. I totally spaced. So sorry. All right, we didn't see Kim though. We did get Karin. All right, now for real, we're gonna go see. We got Aaron, AI5HP, is in the number 3 spot for tonight's Friday night TriviaNet with 1,804 points. Kent, KI5RBT, in the number 2 spot, and the winner of tonight's Friday night TriviaNet is Claude, KI5ZQE, with 2,206 points. Congrats. Let's go talk to Claude, KI5ZQE, and see. Claude, what you got going on for the weekend, man?
Rusty, I'm glad this is my second time I've won. It was like 3 months ago I think I won, but good fun. This weekend, I'm just happy that my plants didn't get destroyed by hail. My tomatoes and my peppers and squash and cucumbers are all growing. Need to stake them up, and I'll just try to be working in the yard probably. No big radio events going on.
Yeah, I am very happy. We only got a little bit of pea-size hail, and it was for about the first, 2-3 minutes of the crazy rain, and then everything, it just turned into pure-on water, so we were lucky in that one. So yeah, I'm hoping it's cleaned out some more limbs in the trees. Those seem to be falling out every day, so we shall see. Well, all right, man. Let's go talk to Kent, Cat5RBT, our brand new general in the house. Kent, you and Ben doing anything this weekend?
I don't actually have anything planned, although with my new general capabilities, I may try to get my end-fed dipole up in a tree, around the house, down the fence, as Ernesto recommended, because I was always very hesitant because I figured there was no place for me to put an antenna. And I wasn't going to spend the money that I think you paid on your vertical. Anyway, that's about it. KI5RBT.
Yep, I love that vertical. It was a pretty penny for sure, but it worked quite well. And he's up my butt trying to get me to put in another antenna and some other stuff. So you got to watch out, man. You give him an inch, man, and he'll be installing antennas all over your place. So, well, all right, man. Have a good weekend. Let's go talk to Aaron, AI5HP. It was nice to finally meet you face to face at the meeting, man. And thanks for helping us VE that session. And what you got going on for the weekend? Anything fun?
Hey, Rusty, it's Aaron, AI5HP here. Yeah, it was a good meeting as well. It was a good time there at that meeting, and like you said, it was a pleasure seeing all the, helping out with the VE session and seeing all the successes that occurred there. The wiener dog races are going on here in Buda this weekend. I don't know if they were actually going to make it to there, although if we get a whiff of the turkey legs, maybe we'll do a quick stop. I don't know. And but we might go try to maybe find a trailer to the hike. Maybe I'll figure out. I think Skype might have a fox out. I think I saw on Discord. Maybe I'll try to steer us that direction. We'll see. Yeah, I5HP. Back to you, Brent.
So here's how you need to work that. The wiener dog races are a total waste of time until you said turkey leg, and then you got my attention. So you need to go get a turkey leg, and then just go fox hunting while you're chowing down on the turkey leg. And just don't mess with the radio while your hands are all greasy. It'll give you more time to drive around and have some fun. Well, all right, man. Well, hopefully we'll see you on the logbook. I don't know if Ernesto and I are fox hunting this weekend or not. I bet we are, but I bet you he'll ping me via text now if that's the case. I know he's going to Old Man Breakfast. He's not in the top 10 though, so we'll have to figure that off the air. Let's go talk to Scott, KI5OBD. Scott is officially an extra now from our meeting last Saturday. And Scott, congratulations, man. What you got going on this weekend? You doing anything with your new extra privileges?
I know what I won't be doing, and that's studying for any more tests. I haven't actually exercised the privilege yet. Propagation's been kind of sketchy, and what with all the solar noise, and I've listened. I'm listening down in the extra territories of the HF bands. But no real contacts. Haven't used it yet, really. So, I hope the propagation gets a little better this weekend. KI5OBD, back to that.
Man, you need to go crank up that big amp of yours and go over into the extra space and just start yelling a bunch of profanities and then tell them you're KI5YLS and then just get off the radio. Next on the list is John and Diane, KE5RS and Leander. John, how did you all fare in the crazy weather? And you going fox hunting? What you got going on this weekend?
Well, we started heading up to Killeen, and we got a tornado warning on the phone. And we looked up ahead, and it did look bad. So we thought, well, we can do this on Monday. So we turned around and came back. I'm in the process of building a fox. I've been putting stuff together. I've got getting items together, and we're testing different batteries and so forth. So that's sort of come along. So hopefully I'll be able to plant one of those sometime up here, maybe in the Northern Territory. That's back to net, I guess. KE5RS.
Very cool, man. Yeah, we need more northern foxes. Paul, K5FZU, seems to be our only northern fox. So, yeah, we need to get some more rocking up here. We've got a Johnson City fox hunt coming up at the end of May. We had another fox hunt down in Kyle. We're kind of starting to open up the territory a little. So, we definitely need some more in Williamson County for sure. Next on the list is Robert, KB5PBM. Robert, what you got going on for the weekend?
Well, Sunday we're supposed to put a VHF repeater in up in near Shiner, so that's about all for us. And just sitting here watching the lightning strikes over here. I guess that's why Pasadena had all the static on it. So anyway, back to you, KB5PBM.
I saw pictures. I think Scott put that up on your Facebook page for the Crossroads group, and man, y'all don't mess around with the repeaters and putting all the things in. Y'all got some great locations, so y'all need to write a book about how to find all the honey holes for antennas, because y'all wrote the book for sure. Well, right on, man. Have a good weekend. Next on the list is guest KG5SXL. Thanks for playing along tonight. You're in 7th place. Coming in 8th is David, K7TBA. David is back with us on the trivia and hanging out with the radio folk. So, David, you going to do any fox hunting this weekend?
Okay.
Well, you opened up the repeater for about 2 syllables is all that we got. So if you want to try that again, come on back.
Oh, not sure what the problem is. I may or may not talk front. We'll see. I have a bunch of other things I need to take care of this weekend. So see you out there maybe if I do. K7TVA.
Right on, man. You came through, no problems with that. Next on the list is Ken, KI5EGN. Ken, what are you up to this weekend?
Congrats.
Well, Ken, you did the same thing that David did. We got about 4 syllables out of all that, so crank up the power or stand on a table, something like that, and try it again if you want to.
Okay. Oh?
Well, you're doing the same thing, man. David said he was on the 441-600 and switched over to the flagship to try it and see if maybe that worked. But you're not lighting up the repeater, man. So have a good weekend, and we will see you here next weekend. Next on the list is Philip, AC5G. Philip is receive only tonight, but congrats, Philip, on being in the top 10, man. And thanks again for all you do for the club and putting together all these VE sessions. It's been a blast. So since we couldn't talk to Philip, the next on the list is Sky, N5LX, and I love chatting with Sky on the repeater. Sky, what are you doing this weekend, man? Looks like you got a Fox out and running already.
Hey, N5LX. I don't have any plans at all. I guess I'll have to drum up something. But, yeah, I did put the Fox out, and I hope some people have some fun looking for it. It's a little bit different this time, but, I don't know. I think it'll still be fun. Looking forward to hearing, well, it'd be fun if people had their APRS turned on. I could watch them. But that's all. I'll have to come up with something. Maybe watch a hockey game.
Yeah, you're good at finding the hockey games. Ernesto is usually good about having the APRS on for us so you see where we are. But yeah, y'all throw your APRS on if you're fox hunting. That way it's fun for the guy hiding the fox, or the girl, guy or girl hiding the fox. Well, we don't want to leave Ashley out on that one. But yeah, it's so fun to get up in the morning and watch people drive around and not find your fox. It's a whole lot of fun. Well, there we have it. There's the top 10 for the Friday Night Trivia Net. Congratulations to everybody that played. Next up, it's the elimination round, and y'all know how this works. One wrong, and you're gone. You got 15 seconds to answer the questions. You just have to be right. You don't have to be fast. You have to be right. That's all that we need. I love it. Kent says hiding the fox sounds dirty. Only to you, Kent. Only to you, man. All right, so the elimination round. It's been pretty hard. I'm trying to make these easy because, man, we haven't been getting past like question number 3. So I'm trying to make them a little easier so we can get somewhat through here and make this happen. But we shall see. We're going to let all the repeaters take a quick breath, and when we come back, we will be in question number 1 of the elimination round. All right, here we go. Let's see how well y'all do with this one tonight. Question number 1. In what field did businessman and philanthropist Andrew Carnegie make his fortune? Well, we lit up all of the answers. So let's see. Y'all are all going with steel. Apparently he made his fortune in steel. Publishing coming in second, and then we got music and banking coming in tied for third and fourth. So what did Andrew Carnegie make all his money with? It was steel. 78% of you are going to stick around. That leaves 18 survivors and 7 people eliminated. We got to say goodnight to Laura, KI5OLG, Robert, KB5PBM, Joey, KI5DDO, Tony, KJ5AGH, Bill, W5ITZ, and Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Question number 2. What country has the largest herd of wild camels? That's totally a trick question, Sky. I put Egypt in there. And y'all are going with a tie between Saudi Arabia and Australia. That's where the answers lie. Egypt coming in second, India coming in fourth. Egypt coming in third. I can count well. So let's see, what country has the largest herd of wild camels? It's Australia. Imported from Asia in the 19th century, Australia has now around 750,000 camels roaming in the outback, the largest wild herd in the world. Very cool. All right, so let's see. 6 people got that right, and we've got 19 people that are gone. Let's see who that's going to be. We got to say goodnight to David, K7TVA, Randy, KJ5AFM, Karin, KI5ZPA, Steve, KG5LAA, Philip, AC5G, Holly, W5LUL, Aaron, AI5HP, Gerardo M, Ken, KI5VGN, Dave, KI5STT, Blake, KI5ZTW, and Scott, KI5OBD. So we're down to 6. Carson, Steve, Ernesto, Kent, Claude, and Sky. Let's see how they do with question number 3. Which of these famous world landmarks is as wide as it is tall? Ooh, 60. Oh, nope, it's a 50-50. It was 60. We had to wait until the very last minute on that one. So 50-50. It's the Gateway Arch or the Great Pyramids of Giza. Nobody picked Mount Rushmore or the Sydney Opera House. Which of these famous world landmarks is as wide as it is tall? The correct answer is the Gateway Arch. It's in St. Louis, Missouri, and it is 630 feet tall and 630 feet wide. That brings us down to Steve, Ernesto, and Kent surviving. We got to say goodnight to Sky, N5LX, Claude, KI5ZQE, and Carson, KJ5AAN. All right. We're down to 3. KI5HWD, KI5PZN, KI5RBT. What are y'all going to do with question 4? As of 2023, what U.S. state has the lowest population? Well, man, very last minute. So we got 67% say Wyoming, 33% went with Alaska. Nobody picked Hawaii or Maine. So as of 2023, what U.S. state has the lowest population? Sky says it's got to be Alaska. The correct answer is Wyoming. The population of Wyoming in 2022 was just over 581,000 people. There's more camels in Australia than there are people in Wyoming. Vermont is next with around 647,000, still more camels in Australia. And Alaska clocks in at the third lowest with just over 733,000 people. So, Sky, you would have been wrong. That leaves us down to Steve and Kent. We got to say goodnight to Ernesto, KI5PZN. Oh, man. Down to Steve and Kent, 2 survivors. How are they going to do with question 5? All right, Kent, let's see if you get this one. Which major human organs are the adrenal glands nearest to? Well, they both went for kidneys, 100%. Nobody picked the stomach, the brain, or the liver. They're all going in on kidneys. So let's see. Which major human organ are the adrenal glands nearest to? They are close to the kidneys. All right, well, we're still down to Steve and Kent. Let's see how y'all do with question number 6. Which of these professional contact sports is not presently covered by Ring Magazine? All right, it's a 50-50 split between kickboxing and MMA. Nobody picked boxing or wrestling. So, which of these professional contact sports is not presently covered by Ring Magazine? The survey says wrestling. They both got it wrong. Oh, man. So we got to say goodnight to Kent, KI5RVT, and Steve, KI5HWD. Congrats for making it to question number 6, though, guys. Like, that's a fantastic. We've literally been in question number 3 for the rest of this. So, congrats to all of y'all for making that happen. This has been a fun elimination round. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net. We hope you had a good time hanging out with us. The Friday Night Trivia Net is a service of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Our call sign is N5OAK, and it is made possible through the generosity of people just like you. For more information on the club, becoming a member, or to learn how you can donate, visit us online at n5oak.org. I'd also like to thank Kyle, KA5D, and the Crossroads Ham Radio Club for linking up their repeater system for tonight's game. If you'd like to see all the fun things they're up to or just want more information about the KA5D or the ever-growing W5LCR repeater system, visit them online at ka5d.com or crhrc.org. And before you close your web browser, go check out the BBS, go play some super old games. Before there were old video games, we had ANSI door games, and they're the best on my BBS. Go check it out. You can also find the TriviaNet player rankings, stats, net logs, net check-ins, anything and everything you want to know about the TriviaNet is on the website. Don't forget, we got the N5LX Fox this weekend. All the details are on the web and in the Discord. Thanks again to all of y'all that came to the meeting last Saturday. It was a big success, and for everybody that tested and upgraded or got their license, congratulations. They're lurking around in the Discord, so we got the new people there. This is WZ5BBS. It's time to bring tonight's Friday Night Trivia Net to a close. I'm going to signal the repeaters to switch back to regular amateur use. And while they're doing that, I'd like to thank y'all for inviting us into your home tonight. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And we'll see you right here for the next Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net. 73, y'all.